सर्वेशमी विधिकरास्तपसत्वधाम्न्यो ब्रह्मादयो यमिवेशनचोद्विजन्तः क्षीमाय भूताय हुतात्मसुखाय चास्य विकृतं भगवतो रुचिरावतारे. Prahlad Maharaj is induced to pray Lord Nrsimhadeva to pacify. He was in violent feature. So he is requesting, my dear Lord, Sarve yami vidikaraha stavo sattodhamna. Now all these demigods, they are your assistants and they are situated in a transcendental position. Sattodhamna. Sattam visajjam vasadeva sabdita. Our situations are differently calculated. Not that every one of us is situated on the same platform. The material platform, we are situated in three different positions. Satta, Raja, Tama. Satta means goodness. Raja means passion. And Tama means ignorance or darkness. So long we are in the material platform, the highest positional situation is in the modes of goodness. So here it is stated that all these demigods, they are in the modes of goodness. Brahma janati iti brahmana. Modes of goodness means those who are Brahmins. And who are Brahmins? Brahma janati. One who knows what is Brahma or the absolute truth, he is called Brahmin. And he is situated in the modes of goodness. The less intelligent, that means those who are less aware of the absolute truth, according to the less awareness, the position is different. The first class position is one who is aware of this absolute truth. He is in the goodness. Less awareness is the Kshatriya, or in the modes of passion. Less awareness is the Vaishyas, the mercantile class of people. They are in the third position. And the Shudra, they are in the fourth position, in the darkness, unawareness. And again, the degree of unawareness makes more and more abominable condition of life, just like animal life. So, here, Prahlad Maharaj says that you have nothing to be disturbed by these people, because they are in the modes of goodness. Therefore, if we can produce population in the modes of goodness, there will be no problem in this material world. Just like in the Sattva Yuga, they are all Brahmins and the modes of goodness. So there was no trouble. And again, Treta Yuga, there 75% modes of goodness. In the Dwapar Yuga, 50%. And the Kali Yuga, 75% calculated to be in the modes of ignorance. Therefore we are feeling so much disturbance in the social condition, in the political condition. So Prahlad Maharaj assures that Brahmadaya Sarve Jami Vidhikara. Vidhikara means administrators. The demigods are different administrators appointed on behalf of the Supreme Lord. That's like the sun god. He is also called God because he is godly. So he is supplying us heat and light. Similarly, there is Indra. He is supplying us water. Chandra is supplying us moonlight. Varuna is supplying us earth. There are different controllers. Don't think that there is no controller. There is controller. In the Bhagavad Gita it is said, Maya dhakkena prakriti syate sachanachana. All these natural rules and regulations, they are being conducted under my superintendence. It is foolishness to understand that there is no director or no supreme controller or superintendent in these affairs. This is scanty explanation that nature is doing. No, nature cannot do. Nature is dull. Nothing can move without spiritual touch. Matter is dull. A stone, however great it may be, without touch of a spiritual individual soul, the stone cannot move. So similarly, the whole gigantic material cosmic manifestation is being moved by the spiritual touch. And there are different departments, and they are called Vidhikara. Vidhi means regulative, and Kara means the performer. So he says, Sarve Jami Vidhikara Stava Sattodhamna Brahmadaya. And he specifically mentions now Brahma Adaya, headed by Lord Brahma. Brahma is considered to be the head of all demigods. So Brahmadaya Vayamiva Isha Nacha Udbijanta. Vayamiva, he is taking the part of his father. He is born of a father, first class atheist. So he is taking the side of his father. Although he is more than Brahma, because Brahma could not pacify the Lord. Brahma requested Prahlad, my dear boy, the Lord has appeared to mitigate your trouble. So you try to pacify him, we have failed. But just see, this is the behavior of Vaishnava. He is the prominent personality in that assembly. Still he says that all these demigods, they are not like us, disturbing. I am born of atheistic father. Our family, our community, our society, Bam means we, our society, country, family, they are all disturbing. Prahlad Maharaj says, we are all disturbing because we are atheistic. In other words, the more the population is atheistic, the more disturbance in the society. So he said that these demigods, as I explained the other day, there are two classes of men everywhere. One, a godly, and the other atheist. The atheistic are always disturbed, and godly persons, they are peaceful. They are not disturbed. Whenever we will find disturbance, You must know there is atheistic population. In peaceful country are godly persons, they are never disturbing. So Prahlad Maharaj takes the side of the atheistic population because he was born of atheistic father, and he recommends that this Brahmadaya, these demigods headed by Brahma, Hey Isha, my dear Lord, Vayamiva, just like us, Nacha Udvijanta, they are not disturbing, they are very peaceful. So they do not know the peace formula. They are creating atheistic population and they want peace. How it is possible? Just like I remember I read in a paper that Archbishop of Canterbury, he said in a lecture that you want kingdom of God without God. So similarly, the world is after peace. There are so many associations, societies, United Nations. They are after peace, but they are all groups of atheistic people. Therefore, the members of the United Nations, they are themselves fighting somewhere or other. How there can be peace? Because they are themselves disturbing. How they can be in peace? You cannot expect any peace in atheistic society or animalistic society. So they must be made godly, God conscious, Krishna conscious. Then there will be peace. God conscious and atheistic people, what is the difference? The difference is that atheistic person thinks mine, everything mine. I am the Lord of all I survey. I am the king, I am the leader, I am everything and everything belongs to me. This is atheistic temperament. And godly persons, they think everything God's. That is the difference. The thing is there. Take anything. Your country, your home, your wealth, anything. As soon as you say it is mine, then it is atheistic. And as soon as you say it is God's, then you are godly. You are there, the things are there. Simply change of consciousness, that's all. Simply change of consciousness. Just like in India, 20 years ago, say 1947, we are under the British rule. Now, what is the independence? Independence means the thinking that I am not in British rule, that's all. The government is the same, the clerk, the minister, the secretary, the government house, the administrator, process, everything is there. Simply a change of consciousness, a change of rubber stamp. That's all. Formerly the rubber stamp was His Majesty's government, and now the rubber stamp is Indian government. That's all. So, Krishna consciousness does not mean, God consciousness does not mean that you have to revolutionize everything. No. Simply you have to change. And actually that is the fact. When I think that it is God's, say for my country, I am claiming now my country, but actually it is not my country. Everything God's, who has created this country, this vast land, the sky, the sea, the ocean, I have not created, so how can I claim that this is mine? I have come empty-handed from the womb of my mother, and I shall go empty-handed. So why do I claim it is mine? So this is ignorance. Actually, I am claiming others' property as mine. This is atheistic. Just like thieves. It is Bhagavad Gita, it is said, Stena eva sauchyate. Stena eva sauchyate. One who thinks that the world belongs to me, or to my nation, or to my family, or to my community, he is thief. Ishavāsamidam sarvam. The Vedic literature informs us that everything belongs to Isha, God. Ishavāsamidam sarvam. Jat kinchit jagatyang jagat, and by him it is going on. The Supreme Spirit. In the Bhagavad Gita also it is said, Jayaidam dharjate jagat. Just like, what is the value of the city of Montreal? Because there are so many living entities, that's all. If the all men and woman immediately becomes dead, what is the value of this city? Is there any value of the matter? No, because the living entities, the living force is there. Therefore the city has value, the land has value. Suppose if everyone was dead, what was the value of this apartment? Nobody would come and ask for rent. It is valueless. So we have to understand that behind every value there is spirit, supreme, and the supreme spirit is the real value. The Vedic instruction is Ishavāsamidam sarvam. Everything belongs to God. The world is moving due to that supreme spirit, or the small spirit. We are a small spirit and God is supreme spirit. So we are changing, we are under him. Nitya nityanam chetana chetananam. We are under his control. So we are also moving, we are also creating. But he is the greatest creator, he is the greatest mover. God is great, we are small. So actually it belongs to the great. Jat kinchit jagatang jagat tena taptena bhunjita. Therefore, tena means therefore. Taptena bhunjita. Taptena bhunjita means tapta means sacrificing. Because it is God's, therefore he must go to the God. That mentality is Krishna consciousness. Just like, suppose in this room there is one note, $100. Somebody finds, here is $100. Now, it belongs to somebody, it has fallen somewhere, somebody has lost. So how to utilize this $100 found by me? If I take it in my pocket, then I am thief. And if I neglect it, somebody may take it away. It is misused. The best use is to find out the man, the owner, and hand it over to him. That is the best use. Similarly, if everything belongs to God, if I want to occupy it by force, I am thief. Stena eva sauchyate. Every one of us who is trying to occupy some portion of land, country, and the name of it is my country, and fighting, both of them, they are thieves, because that land does not belong to anyone, no nation. It belongs to God. If we can understand, if the United Nations pass resolution that the whole planet belongs to God, we are sons of God, so let us live peacefully as sons of God. There is no quarrel. But that they will not, never understand. They will simply try to divide, just like some gangs of thieves. They have stolen some property. Now they have come out and they are dividing, and one of them is asking, my dear brothers, let us divide piously. Let us divide piously. Nonsense, the whole property is impious. So what is the meaning of your piously divided? Just like in India, non-vegetarian diet, according to Vedic system, it is condemned. Nobody can eat any meat. But now they have learned how to eat meat. They are doing that. So somebody is saying, yes, today I have cooked meat, but in the Ganges water. Ganges water is considered to be pious. So he thinks by cooking meat in the Ganges water, it has become purified. This is our mentality. We are bent upon doing all nonsense, and we want to get it supported by religious cover. Just like recently, the Christian world, they wanted support from the Pope of contraceptive method. The contraceptive method is condemned, but they want to be supported by the religious head. If you don't support, then you are not good man. And if you support my nonsense, then you are very good man. Just like that Maharshi came here, and he supported that whatever nonsense you like, do. You simply pay me $35 and I give you one mantra, and within 6 months you become God. Oh, he looted your country. And after looting he said, oh, my mission is failure. Because he has got his money, now he'll go. This is going on because we want to be cheated. Therefore cheaters come and cheat us. And as soon as you say, no, everything belongs to God, my dear friend. You don't claim anything as yours. Because it belongs to God or Krishna, you employ everything for his service. Swamiji is very conservative. You see. So actually it is the fact. So Brahmadaya, Prahlad Maharaj says that these demigods, they are not disturbing like that. Brahmadaya. Brahmadaya means we are disturbing because we are atheistic. We do not accept God. My father never accepted God. And he wanted to teach me that there is no God. So I refused my father's teaching, so he tortured me so much. Still he is taking his father's side. Now we have to study this fact that a Vaishnava is never proud of his assessment. He will never think, because I am Krishna conscious, so I have become so great. No, he thinks always very humble and meek. This is the example. Just like Haridas Thakur. He was so powerful devotee that Lord Chaitanya used to come daily at his place. But he was thinking, oh, I am born in Mohammedan family, so I cannot enter into Jagannath temple. Similarly, Sanatana Goswami, he was also not entering the temple of Jagannath. That does not mean that they are lower than somebody else. No. But it is the, I would to say, general tendency of a devotee that he always thinks that I am lower than the lowest. Lower than the lowest. Purisher kit hoite moise loghista. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, the author of a literature, Chaitanya Charitamrita, unique in the world, he says that I am lower than the worm in the stool. Purisher kit hoite. Puris means stool and kit means worms. There are some worms in the stool. So he says that I am lower than that worm in the stool. Just see. Similarly, Prahlad Maharaj says, my dear Lord, these demigods, they are all devotees. They are your obedient servant, Sattva-dhamna, and they are not like us, disturbing. Nachatu. Chemaya bhutaya bhutatam sukhaya chasa vikritam bhagavato ruchiravatari. And your appearance as Nishingadev is not for me, but for them. Because I am born in an atheistic family, it is your determination that you want to cut down the atheistic people, so it is automatically, you have cut down, you have killed my father, but your real business was to protect these demigods, your devotees. In the Bhagavad Gita it is said, Paritrana sadhunam vinasaya cha duskritam juge juge sambhavami. Dharma samsthapanarthaya juge juge sambhavami. So the Lord appears with two missions. Paritrana sadhunam, just to rescue the devotees or the persons in goodness, sadhu. Sadhu, there is description, definition of who is a sadhu. Sadhu means saintly person. In French language I think it's called saint. Saint or saint. But actually this saint is in Sanskrit language also. Sant. Santa. Santas sadaiva hridayeshu bilokayanti. In Sanskrit language, the saintly persons are called Santa. Maybe it is Latin derivative because in Latin there are many words resembling Sanskrit. And Professor Rowe, a great English scholar in India, an Englishman, professor in Presidency College, he wrote one grammar, English grammar. In our childhood we had to read. He has stated that Sanskrit is the mother of all languages. Anyway, so when God appears, incarnates, descends, his business is to protect the devotees. Paritrana sadhana, that is his first business. Vinasaya duskritam, and to kill the unfaithful, miscreants. For them, God does not require to come himself. But side by side he does so. If God likes, he can kill thousands of miscreants by one stroke. So that business does not depend on him that he would come to kill a demonic person. Your real business is to protect the devotees, the faithful. Therefore, Prahlad Maharaj says, Khemaya bhutayo utatma sukhaya chasa vikritam. Actually, you have appeared for these persons, to protect them for their happiness, sukhaya, and for their elevation. Just like Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, or Vedic literature, or any scripture, for whom they are meant, those who are godly, for their elevation, so that they can elevate more and more. It is not for the atheistic persons. They do not believe in God. So Bible or Bhagavad Gita or Srimad Bhagavat, they are not meant for the atheistic person. So whatever auspicious things are in the world, they are meant for the faithful, not for the atheistic person. Thank you. Any question? Why gradual? He can immediately transcend all the processes by becoming Krishna conscious. Immediately. Macha Brahvicharini Bhakti Yogina Jasivate Sagunan Samati Tayitana Brahma Bhuyaya Kalpata. In the Bhagavad Gita, it is said, the Lord says, anyone who is engaged in unallied devotional service unto me, he is transcendental. Sagunan Samatitayana. Gunan means these modes, different modes. Modes of ignorance, modes of passion, modes of goodness. Goodness is also material. That is not spiritual. If you become very good moralist or very religious, following all the rules and regulations, that is good. But that is not spiritual. Spiritual is far above. We have to transcend the position of worldly goodness. Somebody asked me this question. Swamiji, if a person is moral and dutiful and benevolent, all the good qualifications, so what is the use of worshipping God? My reply was that anyone who is not God conscious or Krishna conscious, he cannot be good, cannot be moral. It is not possible. Haravo Bhakta, I am not manufacturing this. This is the statement of Srimad Bhagavatam. Haravo Bhaktasya Kuto Mahadguna Manorathena Asato Dhavatavihi. So, take for example that in our country, Mahatma Gandhi, he was considered to be a very good man. Religiosity, they may be good, but they are not ultimate good. The ultimate good is Krishna consciousness. That is good for you and good for all. Anyone who is in Krishna consciousness, he is good in this sense because he is in transcendental position. And whatever he speaks, because he speaks about God, therefore speaking is not adulterated. So this position, as soon as you take it as principle of your life, that I shall simply be engaged in Krishna's service or God's service, I shall talk about Krishna, I shall work for Krishna, I shall write for Krishna, I shall read for Krishna, everything for Krishna. That is the transcendental position, beyond goodness, better than goodness. So one can be situated in this position immediately by surrendering to Krishna. It is not very difficult. Yes, what is your...
You answered my questions. Thank you very much for answering my questions. And you said that I asked you what goodness was.
Yes.
And you said goodness was knowledge.
Yes.
Now, could you explain what you meant by knowledge? What, spiritual knowledge or?
No. God. First of all, what is knowledge?
Knowledge is material.
Knowledge means that you must know what you are. This is knowledge. If you don't know what you are, then what is the meaning of your knowledge? So, real knowledge means that aham brahmasmi, I am not matter, I am a spirit soul. That is real knowledge. On the basis of this real knowledge, whatever is done, that is done in knowledge. Otherwise, it is done in ignorance. That is the difference. Knowledge and difference. Knowledge is not that you have to get degrees from the university, big degrees. No. Real knowledge is that I am Brahmasmi, I am spirit soul. If one has realized this one word only, then he is knowledge. He is in knowledge. One who has not realized this thing is in ignorance. Jasāpa buddhi kunapeti dhātuk. Anyone who has accepted this body which is made of three elements, sadhikalatrādīshu bhōmaijjati, and therefore accepted the bodily productions as his own, or the place or the land where this body is produced is worshipable. There are so many other things. Naturally, at the present moment, knowledge means that this is my country. I am American. I am Indian. I am Chinese. Why? Because my body is produced from this land. So, this is ignorance. Your body, why your body? The cow's body is also produced from this land. Why do you kill? It has got also right. But because he has no knowledge actually, therefore he is trying to protect his body, but he is not protecting the other's body produced from the land. This is want of knowledge. If he has real knowledge that I am Brahma, I am spirit, then he can see samas sarveshu bhuteshu. Oh, the spirit. The cow is also spirit soul, the dog is also spirit soul, I am also spirit soul, otherwise I am moving. The cow is moving, the dog is moving. So, Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmani Govihastini Suni Cheta Sapake Cha Pandita Samadarshana. This equal vision is possible for a learned man who sees a learned Brahmin, a dog, an elephant, a cow, on the same basis. What is that basis? Spiritual understanding. So unless you are in the spiritual platform, the so-called knowledge has no value. That is not knowledge, that is ignorance. So real knowledge means spiritual knowledge. That I am Brahma, I am spirit. Then Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma Nasuchati Nakankati Samas Sarveshu Bhutesu Madhvakti Lavati Param. Other things will follow. And he will be very jolly. This is a person in knowledge should be in happiness. That is a sign of knowledge. So, One who is in knowledge, he is not disturbed. What was my answer? Jad annat tad ajnanam iti matam. The Bhagavad Gita Bhagavan says, he has given the definition of knowledge. 18 items you'll find in the 13th chapter. Ahimsa, what is called? There are 18 items you'll find in the 13th chapter. The most important point is Marjabda Vicharina Bhakti Yogena. The principal point is to become Krishna conscious. That is knowledge. Then all knowledge will come automatically. Just Shasti Bhakti Bhagavata Kinchana. If you take to this knowledge that Krishna, as the Supreme Lord, Absolute Truth, is eternal Master and we are all eternal servitors, this very knowledge will elevate you to other platform of knowledge. Just Shasti Bhakti Bhagavata Kinchana Sarvai Gunai Tattva Samasatista. Then all the symptoms of knowledge will automatically manifest in his person. Therefore, this is the best process of becoming a man of knowledge or wise.